Alright guys, welcome back to my art studio and shop. I had to do a second take because my two daughters got in a fight over who was going to put the horses out. So, one of our next projects here, Jackson Pollock. Jackson Pollock. You probably saw the documentary movie. Now I'm going to do a little quickie film on the technique. You may not have the paint that we have in our class. You can also dilute household paint or any paint that maybe your parents can shoot you to all the old cans of paint. If they're still even liquid, you can add a little bit of water to make it a little bit thinner, right? So Jackson Pollock, famous painter from about 1949 till about 1953, 54, and I forgot when he passed away. It's in the documentary, but he was a real mover and shaker in the fact that he used a different style of painting, action painting. He applied, it looks like it's messy and not very formed. He very much perfected the style with drips and textures. He really explored it, and some of his paintings are hundreds of millions of dollars. Anyway, so acrylic paints, household paints, latex paints, water soluble. Stay away from oil paint because it's not going to be very good for you. I got to keep my videos kind of short, so I'm going to pop this down here thusly, re-aim it down to where my piece is. And some of you have already done this before, and some get a little bit messy to start. You can experiment with light drabs, light flicks. I'm just going to start with any random. You see it's thinner than the latex. And I can take a brush, I can take a ladle, I can take a spoon, right? Now it looks almost like Japanese writing or something. There's a little flick that I've done in so many years. I do a little flick at the end. Now blue and green mix pretty well because they're light colors on the color wheel. You can actually make it look a little bit like grass or something. See how it has an organic, almost grass or tree or textural. Okay, just a real quick video. See how thin that is? Almost, I put about a third of that is water. Again, you can use household paint. You can use latex paint. Now, blue and green are real close on the color wheel, and you can, this is a little bit thicker. This is some of that thinner cardstock. You can see where it kind of mixes and blends in with, and you can experiment with that. See how it almost kind of goes whoosh. You'll want to do this probably barefoot or with some cruddy shoes. Maybe with a cardboard box drop cloth like I have here. You can do, and it starts to mix in the splatters. I'll let you experiment with that. I'll leave that brush in that container. I'm going to get a different brush for each color. You can use sticks, you can use spoons, you can use a ladle. It really doesn't matter. I'll have, now red is a warm color. It's going to contrast with the green and the blue. It'll want to pop out a lot more too. You'll have your own technique. Ooh. Now you can do this with your parents, you can do it with your brother and sister. Many of you have already done this before. Think about the composition of your splatters. You want it all condensed into the center. You want to have it all over the place. It's up to you. See, I thinned that off So it's a little thinner material. Leave that one in there. I am going to top it off with a little dribble of yellow, almost like flour. See, it's thin, almost like a milkshake, like a melted milkshake. Every one of these can be completely different than the other. Hopefully you guys are all staying healthy. Ooh, that's a big chunk. Again, thinner. You can use house paint. You stay away from the oils. That's the technique. You can experiment with cardboard, plywood, whatever. If you don't like something, you can always paint, let it dry, paint over it with white, and restart. I'm going to also do a little bit of black, I think, which I don't have. I will finish it and add some black textures, but I'm keeping my videos a little bit shorter. You'll see some interesting mixes, especially where it drips on top of a drip. And if you're using a thinner cardstock like that whiteboard that we have here, you can easily get it saturated. It might cup and get a little wet. Just let it dry completely. Take a picture of it, send it to me. Emily Hochter's making the website, and also I myself am documenting our art pieces. And that's it. Experiment. Do it in the grass somewhere that you can make a mess. And it's pretty much summer weather, so you can do it barefoot and shorts, so you just hose off your feet. Keep it latex. Keep it acrylic paints. Maybe you guys have some. Let me know if you need some. I will mail you some, or get some in homework packs. But this is one of the projects for June, and I look forward to hearing from you again soon. Bye-bye.